Hey everyone, this is Blondeguygamer and welcome to another Top 10. Here we'll be going over something that actually was promised in an old video where I said I would do a Top 10 10s in video games. Well, guess what? It has been approximately 10 years since that video. So what better time to do a Top 10 about 10s on the 10th anniversary? You may have noticed that my narration style has changed. This is because throughout the years, comments have stated that I've talked too fast. So here I decided to employ a more clear and phonetic method of speaking, so those that complain can understand me better. Anyway, the rules of this top 10 is simple. Any and all 10s in video games are allowed, whether it's part of the title or something 10 related within them. And this is a personalized opinionated list, so try not to be an angry butt over the order or something that is not included. Also, because this is a list of top 10s, I figured we start at 1 and end at 10 to give the best 10 truly its place as a top 10. So without further ado, let's begin the list. Number 1, Final Fantasy X. Few numbered franchises last as long to get to 10, and naturally Final Fantasy is one of them. It has earned its top 10 for not only getting the mainline series to double digits, but for also being a debut PlayStation 2 entry that was very groundbreaking for its time. While arguably not the best in terms of its story and characters, particularly of the main character Titus, it still has its place in the franchise and as a top 10. Number 2. Mario Party 10. While not a universally liked entry in the Mario Party franchise, it is still a number 10 in the series and the last to be numbered. Mario Party 10 also makes the bold decision to stick with the everyone takes turns in a car mechanic from 9 that no one really liked except for those that only played 9 and didn't know any better. However, there is still fun to be had with its minigames and the asymmetrical multiplayer with the Wii U gamepad. But since this is a Wii U game that hasn't been ported to the Switch, it doesn't count since the system is considered the biggest failure of all time for Nintendo. So instead, let's go with rolling a 10 in the classic Mario parties, as getting the maximum number is always good to get in a board game and getting a 10 in Mario Party is no exception. Number 3. Mega Man 10. Yet another 10th entry of a long-running series, but this time of the classic Mega Man entries. It is also a follow-up to the classic style entry that was 9, which caused everyone to have retro throwback boners. However, the novelty may have wore off a little by the time Mega Man 10 came around, but it is still regarded as a good entry nevertheless, and reaching the 10th entry is still a milestone in of itself. Number 4. 10-Yard Fight. Originally an arcade game from Irem in 1993, and then ported to the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1985, 10-Yard Fight is a game based on American football, and while it's no NFL Madden 10, the distinct 10 in this title stands out. Since the yard measurements are shown on the field, it gives the true meaning of fighting for every 10 yards to get closer for touchdowns. If that doesn't earn its spot on this list, then I don't know what will. And speaking of touchdowns, number 5. Achieving rank 10 in No More Heroes. In this game, the goal is to take on a list of ranked assassins as Utaku Travis Touchdown, which at the start he's actually number 11. But the first thing you do in the game is take on the 10th rank assassin, Death Metal. The importance of the 10th rank not only signifies the true start of Travis' journey to reach number 1, but also the beginning of the 10 matches Travis will go through along the way. Number 6. Course 10, Snowman's Land in Super Mario 64. There are a total of number 15 worlds in this groundbreaking 3D debut platformer for the Nintendo 64. Here we'll be showcasing the 10th world, Snowman's Land, the second snow area of the game. It's here you'll encounter many things like an ice bully, cold water, an igloo, a giant penguin, and of course, the titular snowman who will blow you away with his breath. While maybe not the most standout world in Super Mario 64, it is still a significant part of the game upon reaching the double digit of number courses this game has to offer. Number 7. The 10th Colossus in Shadow of the Colossus. In this game, you're tasked with taking down 16 Colossi, each being a unique counter you have to figure out how to take down. With the 10th Colossus, called Dirge, you'll find it submerged in a cave full of sand, which then chases you. However, by skillfully shooting its exposed eyes with an arrow from your bow, you can cause the Colossus to crash and stab its weak point for massive damage. While the other Colossi are just as memorable to see and figure out, the 10th one earns its place for its utilization of the player's tools and for reaching the double digits of Colossi, knowing you are that much closer to your goal. Number 8. The 10 count in Punch-Out! I think it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, that the 10 count is the most important thing in any boxing match. And in the Punch-Out games by Nintendo, it is just as important. Whenever you or your opponent go down, there is always that dread or anticipation if the referee counts to 10. This alone gives this 10 a well-deserved high spot as a top 10 in video games. Number 9. The Question 10 animation in You Don't Know Jack. During a round of You Don't Know Jack, specifically the 2011 version, you answer 10 trivia questions, which is already enough for a spot on the list, but every number has an intro animation, and the 10th animation is the most significant. As the final question, the animation of a 1 and 0 embracing and the letters EN appearing beside it form the duality of the number and spelling of 10. It also implies with the baby sounds of the letters that the 1 and 0 performed intercourse, and the 0 gave birth to the N. This double entendre elevates this particular 10 near the top as an amusing and memorable 10 for an already entertaining party game. And now for the most number 10 of all 10s that ever 10 in video games. Number 10. The 10 Commandments. Now while this is arguably one of, if not the most culturally significant set of 10 rules ever made, you may be asking, how does this fit into video games? Well, throughout the years there have been plenty of Bible-themed video games in which the commandments are incorporated. So in that essence, the 10 Commandments are within them all, and is in fact the most prevalent 10 in not only the Testament, but in all those games based on them, which outnumber all the other 10s in games thus far. And that is the top 10 10s in video games. Thank you for watching and be sure to subscribe and click the bell. I will see you all in the next video.